5 times world champion, the controversial Earl Strickland, meets the only remaining member of Team Philippines, Rodolfo Luat. Known on the circuit as the Mexican jumping bean, Ismael Paez, he takes on the talented Peter Nielsen from Denmark. The aptly named cold-faced killer, Chao from Chinese Taipei, takes on the dark horse from Australia, Johl Younger. And the talented young American, Johl, he'll battle it out against the giant killer and the snooker meister, Steve Davis. It's a very important weekend here in Cardiff. We're at the quarter-final stages of the Victor Chandler Championship for 2000, coming to you from the Cardiff International Arena. The world's best players, 96 a week ago. It's now down to 8. Tomorrow night, it's down to 2. These then are the players for today. The order of play, 4 matches for you. Fong-Pang Chao against Johl Davis to round it all off. Hello once again, welcome to South Wales, welcome to Cardiff. It really has been terrific stuff so far. I hope you've enjoyed it while we've been here. Remember, we started last Saturday, 96 players from 26 different countries. It was the knockout stages then. It's been sudden death ever since Tuesday, and as I say, we're now down to the quarter-finals. But you know, so far really this week has been all about one man who's made such an impact. Yes, it's been a pretty good news week for Steve all week long here in Cardiff. Let's now see, though, what else happened on the main table yesterday. It really was another fascinating session here at Cardiff in the International Arena yesterday. As I said earlier, we're now down to the last 8 men, 4 quarter-finals. Jim and Jay now with their thoughts on the way the day might pan out.
You know, he was a semi-finalist last year. He wants to go all the way.
Next up, Ismael Paez, the Mexican jumping bean, up against Peter Nielsen. I like Paez in that one.
Well, it's hard to dispute you there, but Nielsen's been tough every match of this tournament.
Yeah, then the one everybody's looking forward to, Steve Davis up against Corey Johl.
Well, Steve seems to be the man of destiny in this event.
Yeah,
I like him to go all the way.
Well, I'll tell you what, I disagree with you there, Jay. Davis has been playing world champions. Corey Johl, not a world champion, but possibly a world beater. I like Corey Johl in that one.
You might be right. Made me shoot this shot left-handed. A la Mauro Paez. Good shooting.
We got the best seat in the house tonight, Jay.
You're right on.
Yes, a lot to look forward to. One of the men who's actually taking part in the matches today, Earl Strickland. He's also helping us out on commentary with me here in the studio. Earl, thanks for joining us. It's a big day for you here because so much at stake in your match tonight.
Sure, there's a lot riding on this. Any one of these 8 players want to win this world title, and we're all bidding for it.
You heard what the boys had to say there about the way they see this panning out. I mean, intriguing matches wherever you look. They're hard to call, aren't they?
Sure they are, but the table's breaking off a lot more difficult. I don't think Jay and Jim and those guys have touched on how difficult the table's breaking now.
Right.
They've rearranged the way they're racking. They pushed them up a lot further. The corner ball's missing. The one's more difficult to make in the side. So the matches are more up in the air now.
The first match this afternoon, it's Chao against Younger. Chao was involved in an incident in his match against Ortman, which was controversial at the time. Ortman complained. This was it. And I know you weren't happy either, were you? You thought there was definite movement.
You never make movement when you're shooting in the direction of a player. That was a deliberate move.
He quite clearly moved his head just as Oliver was hitting the shot, yeah?
No, I'm not the only controversial person in this event. That right there, I don't do that.
No.
I use my mouth, but I don't use my body.
You can see Oliver complaining there to the referee, and in fact he was warned about that through an interpreter later on.
It's totally inexcusable. He should stay still.
Yeah.
Steve Davis is like a post when you're shooting towards him.
Never moves.
Never moves. I'm the same way. And a lot of the players need to learn to stay still.
Okay, well, whether that was right or wrong, he's through. How do you fancy his chances against Younger?
Well, like I said, the table's breaking off a bit, a lot more difficult. Chao's still going to be in a match.
Right, and the second match this afternoon, that's the Mexican jumping bean, the quickfire Paez against Nielsen from Denmark.
Well, I've played, Nielsen beat me one time in an exhibition match years ago. He's come a long way since then. I wasn't playing quite up to my standards at that time. But Ismael Paez, I've played him many times. He's fast, but he makes a lot of mistakes.
Okay, and just briefly, moving on to your match tonight, you're up against the guy from the Philippines, Luat. Are you feeling relaxed and confident about that?
You can't ever be relaxed when you're playing a Filipino. Those guys are the greatest players in the world today. And I've played Luat many times, but I'm 2-0 with him in the last 6 months.
So that's looking good.
Yeah, well, I feel better about that.
You look very relaxed. We wish you well for that match tonight, Earl.
You.
Thanks for joining us. I know you've got to go off to the commentary box. I think right now we ought to cross to our MC, John McDonald.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cardiff International Arena. Matchroom Sport proudly present the Victor Chandler World Pool Championships. Quarterfinals, race to 11, your referee, Miss Michaela Tab. Let's welcome the players then. Firstly, from Chinese Taipei, the cold-faced killer, Fong-Pang Johl. And ladies and gentlemen, would you please welcome, from Melbourne, Australia, the comeback kid, Johl Younger.
So
Well,
we are ready
welcome.
to go in this match this afternoon. It's Chao against Younger. It's Chinese Taipei against Australia. Commentary on this one will come, as we said earlier, from Earl the Pearl Strickland and Steve Davis.
Welcome to another action-packed day here at the Cardiff International Arena. And it's my pleasure to welcome into the commentary box Earl Strickland, a living legend in the world of pool, one of the favourites for this tournament, and a Hall of Famer, and one of the most knowledgeable players in the game today. So welcome Earl.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
We got a tough match lined up for Joel Younger here today against the cold-faced killer Fong-Pang Chao. How do you see Fong-Pang's chances today, and also Joel's?
Well, like I said, the table's breaking off a lot more difficult, and Fong-Pang Chao's won the lag here. And like I said in the beginning, the table's just not giving up the balls, and I think it's more of a match.
Last night you mentioned to me that you felt that the Chinese Taipei players weren't able to adapt to different styles of breaks, and that was proven, and also the Japanese weren't either, and that was proven right by I think the fact that the guy I played, Takahashi, didn't make one single ball off the break.
So that's correct, Steve. 0 for 6 he went, and it's proven that they need to learn how to maneuver the ball when the tables break difficult, and I think this is falling into the hands of players that can maneuver the ball.
Joel Younger now, the first player to pot a ball in this best race to 11 match. And he's been a surprise package this week, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. I played him in the qualifying stages. He had me down. He won the first game, and then I just played flawless on him. But you know, I did. I can't help for admitting it. But he's played well since then, and he finished second in my stage. So I can't say nothing but good things about the guy. He's a nice guy, and he plays well. I think he's got a safety here. He's going to have to play safe behind the pink and this, what's that, the 7 ball.
So Fong-Pang Chao in a bit of problem, perhaps trying to clip off this 2 ball, not to hit the ball too thick, perhaps just to fractionally graze across the face of it.
Yeah, he's going to go to the bottom rail and just try to hit it lightly. That's a good shot. Really nice shot.
May just have got...
I can't tell if you can see the edge of this, Steve.
I think
but
perhaps Joel can just clip the edge of that, which is handy for Joel. He could put Fong-Pang Chao in a bit of trouble from this shot if he could hit the ball thin enough. Just graze across the face of that 2 ball. Come back, round off a couple of cushions, try and line up behind a couple of balls.
Good shot. Needs to stop. That's a good shot. Can't tell if he can get behind this 2 ball. If he can, he'll just go 1 cushion behind it. But if he can't, he'll have to kick to the bottom rail and then go to the side rail, or go all the way down to the bottom rail where the 9 is and side rail.
I think he needs to be able to get in about there on the table. Otherwise, he's going to bash that 2 ball into the orange 5. Orange 5 is a bit of a defender for Joel. I think from now on in this match, Earl, seeing as you are one of the living legends of the game, you can take over on the telestrator.
Well, I might be a legend, but I'm not a commentator. But he's got a shot here. I guess he'll try to pot this, and he did. Okay, now, since he's got this one out of the way, and he's nicked a 3, he's got a little bit of an angle. He'll shoot this 3 with... He'll shoot this 3 with left bottom and screw back somewhere in this area. Well, I was a little bit off, but Nice shot. The 6 is in a difficult position. That's going to be the key to this rack. Well, now it's not the key. He's got to make the 5 first. Well, Fong-Pang Chao's got a relatively easy out now. I don't see him making a mistake from here because he can get back over where he's shooting from with the cue ball now. But he didn't get quite where he wanted to, so this is a little bit more difficult, but still should have an easy clearance. Don't you think, Steve?
Yes, a nice start for Fong-Pang Chao here. Early mistake from Johl Younger. Understandable. This is the furthest he's ever been in a big 9-ball tournament, I'm sure, in his life. Apparently never played outside of Australia before.
That's unbelievable.
So this is a fantastic achievement even to get this far. I'd say probably I've had more experience of playing the top 9-ball players than he has.
That's unbelievable that he's in this position and never played outside of Australia.
This guy's played everywhere, I'm sure. A very, very experienced player.
He'll just shoot this with a little bit of left top and come back to the center of the table, somewhere in this position. A little bit of left bottom here, back for the 9.
So a nice easy start there for Fong-Pang Chao, who wins the first rack. And he will break off in the second rack. A race to 11 here in the World Pool Championship. The first one of the millennium. And I think an even bigger audience worldwide and a bigger improvement on last season. An absolutely fantastic tournament we had here last year at Cardiff. But I think this has surpassed all levels of excitement and also standard. And of course, Earl, there's been a lot of talk about the fact that I've got through a few matches. Understandable, we're in this country, but some of the great pool players have been here, and it's been an absolute 9-ball pool fans' heaven this week, hasn't it?
Well, you beat Reyes and Ralph Suke and now Takahashi. You're just unbelievable, Steve, what you've done here. And I think it's good for the pool in the UK too, also.
Well, that's obviously a hope, but worldwide it creates a bit of interest. But of course, we've still got some of the players who were expected to get there, and that's perhaps an even harder thing to do when you're expected to win, to actually produce the goods. Luat and yourself, 2 big names in there with a shout as well. And your match probably, if anybody had to pick a winner of the tournament, your match would be the players they're looking from.
Well, Luat is a very difficult player, very crafty, and he has a big break too. He knows how to maneuver the cue ball. But if you notice here, he finally made a ball on the break. He made the one in the side and the corner ball the way the table was breaking off earlier when Steve Knight lost 9-0, which I hated seeing that.
Did he put a bit more into that one? It seemed like he perhaps...
Yeah, he tried to put a bit more. That's why he lost his cue ball down on the bottom rail.
But he launched himself into the shot. But
he's come up very fortunate. The 2 has stopped right in front of the corner pocket.
Looks like that 3 squeezes past the black 8 into the left-hand bottom corner pocket.
It does.
But then he has a small problem in getting positioned on that pink 4.
He'll either have to draw. It's very difficult to go this way and get over here for the pink. The easy way out is to get down here and maybe play the safety.
So he's looking to play a safety shot from here, not risking the chance of going across the table for the 4.
It's difficult to get on the 4 from here, so
I think he's
but he looks like he's loading the ball up with the right.
That means he's going to play to try and spin the white ball round off those two cushions that you drew first of all. This is a big shot. That's why he's taking his time over it.
Now me, I'm a flamboyant player. I like trying to get on these balls, but I think the most prudent play is to play the safety behind the 9. But he's loading the ball up. He's going for it, and he's done it. What a shot. He shot that differently than I thought he would.
Yeah, and that was a risky way of shooting it as well. He could easily have hit the 8 and left himself nowhere.
That was a great shot.
But it was a great shot.
That was a great shot.
Look at that white ball check up there as it went across the table with the backspin that was still on the ball after it hit the cushion.
Unbelievable.
He's left himself a little bit of work to do, but he's going to be a fair way away from the 5 after this. And that's all he can muster up for that shot.
Yeah, that was the right play, because I think the pockets are generous, and he can just float this one in the 7s down on the bottom rail, so he'll be okay here.
Yes, the only way you can possibly miss these ones really is if you have to force them in, but the brown 7's in a nice position to just float the orange 5 in. Bit of body movement there on the shot.
Yeah, but you
early nerves, but he got it nicely.
You can see how he just lightly touched the rail and let the ball drift in the pocket. Good shot there. He's perfect now. He should have this rack, no problem. He's a very cool customer, this guy.
The cold-faced killer. Does he play? Does he play on the American circuit at all?
Yeah, not too much, but I've seen him play quite. He won the Challenge of Champions once, I think. He's a really good Chinese type A player. He really is.
2-0. Fong-Pang Chao over Johl Younger. National Arena. I'm whispering because we're very close to you. I have with me Earl Strickland, one of the greatest pool players ever, on the telestrator. Some talent out on the table, Johl Younger and Fong-Pang Chao, but there's a bit of talent next to me who's going to talk you through a couple more of these racks.
Steve is going to be a professional pool player now, not a snooker player.
I love the game, though. There's no problem. The travelling might kill me, though. You never know.
Third rack.
You're good at this game. I'm surprised.
2 racks to 0.
Change professions, huh?
Well, this game, I think, entertains your mind quite a lot. A lot of difficult, tricky shots. I'm not saying snooker doesn't, but a very exciting game, day to day, we have here.
Okay.
Fong-Pang's changed sides?
Right. He's changed sides. Now he sees the corner ball starting to go again. I don't like that. I really don't like to see that ball go in.
The corner? You mean the corner? You mean the right hand one of the diamond, as we would look at it? Yeah,
he's found the spot now. If that ball starts going, this match may be curtains for Johl Younger. Okay, he's got the 1 ball. He's got a clear shot to the 1 ball. The 2 balls in the bottom left corner. He's got no problem getting on the 2, I don't think. He's either going to draw out here or draw back or follow. He's got 3 options.
The old chicken's feet there.
Yeah, I got one of them right.
Nothing like hedging your bets.
I'm getting a little better at this.
Why would Fong-Pang Chao have noticed that it was breaking easier? He hadn't broken from that side.
Well, like I said, I hate to see the table break like that. He's just going to draw back to the center of the table, somewhere in this position or over here. He didn't have to do too much with it. And now he's just going to draw back again, just a little, to get an angle on this 3. I mean, this pink 4. The 6 is a little bit funny. That's his problem ball. So, and he can't do too much with this 3 because he looks to be perfectly straight in almost.
Yes, a lot of work got to be done here to get from the 4 to the 6. A little bit of a possibility of knocking the 9 in if the 6 was a little bit lower down the table, but I don't think
that's on, Steve.
Yeah, I don't think it's perfectly on. But even so, he's going to have a tough shot to get nicely on this.
He's in
ball.
tough position here. Obviously, the 6 goes because he's looking to just come over. He's looking to just pot the pink and come back over where the cue ball is. He's done that. Obviously, this ball goes. Obviously, this ball goes.
He was a little bit fortunate in one respect. The only danger there, I suppose, was snookering himself behind the 8, but white ball poked its nose back out from the side of the cushion.
I think Michaela needs to watch this shot very closely. It looks close to a split hit.
And the rules for a 9-ball pool, if it's a simultaneous contact, that's okay.
It's legal, but I question those sometimes.
In snooker, a simultaneous contact, you are deemed to have hit the other ball.
Very close. That was a good hit. Very good. That was a good hit. And obviously, I'm controversial. Just that was a very clean shot. Now he's got a little bit of an angle on this 7, and he should be okay to get over on the 8 ball. He's either going to draw over or follow like this.
Fong-Pang Chao at the moment in control. And
yeah, he's following the ball with right spin.
Bidding for his 2nd successive semi-final place.
This game's over too.
3-0 Fong-Pang Chao, and Johl Younger, apart from one mistake in the first rack, hasn't had a shout.
Yep, he's got this rack also, and Johl Younger's starting to feel the heat, I'm sure.
Still a long way to go, 11 racks. But
yeah, but he doesn't have the break this guy's got, so, you know.
Fong-Pang Chao, 3-0 against Johl Younger from Australia. It's a race to 11 here at the Cardiff International Arena for a place in the semi-finals of the World Pool Championships 2000.
The table must be a bit drier today because to let that corner ball go in the way it wasn't going at all yesterday.
So the fact that there was some dampness yesterday meant that the balls were splitting differently. Today we're looking for that orange 5 to go in the corner pocket. All of a sudden Fong-Pang Chao has very quickly caught on to the idea that the balls are sliding a bit more, and that 5 he fancies will go into the corner pocket.
There it is again.
There it went, but he lost the white ball again.
Well, he's having to muster up a bit more strength to get it in, and that's why he's losing the right. That's why he's losing the white ball.
So he's going to hit this harder to push the 5 through a bit to make it go into the pocket. Otherwise, it would have gone wide to the side cushion, I assume.
Now, this 1 ball, the yellow, is a very difficult shot. But again, the 2 ball is near the pocket, so it doesn't present as much problem. He'll just try to stay here or draw out a little or something like that. No, he's following it. That was the wrong shot. That was definitely he should have just jacked up and tried to stun the ball right there, Steve.
Yeah, although of course jacking up in the air is a little bit more of a problem. You can put some unwanted side spin on by doing that. He obviously didn't fancy that shot, but it would have guaranteed him very good position on the 2. So
exactly.
Perhaps that was the shot to play at that time. So Johl Younger at the table. He's got the 1 and the 9 close together. Can he do anything with that? It's doubtful.
It doesn't look like the billiard or the carom is on. I would elect to, I'm sure he should elect to play safe somehow. And I'm not the greatest safety player in the world. I'm a shooter. But I gotta say that he's going to try to stun the ball behind the 6 or the 2 and bank the 1 back down table somehow, or bank the 1 back down the table, or stun the cue ball, bank the 1 like this, and stun the cue ball over here somehow.
Quite artistic, that hole. Quite nice. Whatever he does, he must make sure that he doesn't let Fong-Pang Chao see a full ball on this. This is a bit tricky. Perhaps on a snooker table, you just try and drop the white ball behind the 9 and send the 1 back up the table. But if you just don't get it right, you've lost the game on the pockets. On a snooker table, that would be a very simple safety shot.
No, he did do what you said, Steve, exactly. Beautiful, beautiful shot.
Joel Younger has a snooker stance, and he comes, I assume, from snooker stock. I think he did actually play on the qualifying circuit in Blackpool a number of years back, perhaps reaching ranked 400 in the world, which is respectable, but he soon decided that he wasn't going to get anywhere in the game by travelling over to Britain every year to play in what is a very hard school of good quality players. So he turned his attentions to the 9-ball game, and I think he's made a very wise choice.
Sure has. Good shot there. Nice hit.
Oh, Fong-Pang Chao's nearly fluked this, or doubled it. I think it's poked his nose. Possibly has. Joel Younger may have a possibility of just striking the cushion first with a bit of side spin. A wry smile on Joel Younger's face, needing to get an introduction to this match and not getting one. I think he may well be forced to try and play a swerve shot
here. The swerve's on here. He's got to.
He's got to swerve it, hit the cushion just.
Well, he's looking at the side rail.
That's a nightmare shot, surely. He's got to swerve this, Earl, surely.
Well, I think the swerve is on here, or the kick here, stun the ball underneath, but he's looking to play safe somehow.
Well, I think if he could just cannon that cushion, hit that cushion just before, just get a squeeze as close to the 6 as possible with side spin, he could flick that 1 in, but he's playing.
That's a brilliant shot right there.
A clever shot there. The only problem in playing.
That was a beautiful shot.
It was a great shot. Yeah, they say the only problem playing against these top pool players when you get involved in a safety battle is they always work a safety shot back out on you.
Yeah, these guys, the Filipinos have taught everyone how to kick better. You know, and
the word kick is escaping from a snooker in English.
Yeah, and it's phenomenal how good everybody kicks at the balls now. Use the cushions, I should say. Well, that's a skid or something, isn't it? Kick.
Well, the word kick in England is to do with the fact when the balls when you have a bad contact. Yes.
Like you did.
Yeah, in one of my earlier games. Yeah.
Against Reyes.
Yes, that happens more on a snooker table with the lighter balls than it does at pool.
I didn't know that.
I think that the balls themselves have you've got a bit of chalk, but the ball's heavy enough to go through it. And I think one of the fascinations for me of playing this 9-ball game is that the ball is it's a better sized ball for doing more things with it, you know, for putting spins on.
I'm glad to hear you say that, Steve, because it's true.
We play with quite a small ball, 2 1/16 inch, and there's not a lot you can do with it. It's just when I go back to playing snooker again, it's like playing with marbles on a football field. It really is weird. But this ball, you can see the beauty and the artistry in the shots when you can see the ball spinning around, and you can really get some action on these big balls.
He's going to kick all the way to the bottom rail.
Bit slow. He's committed himself.
Awful slow, and he's made it.
Marvellous. Get in there, my son.
Oh.
No. What a great shot that would have been.
That was a good try. Yes, it was a good shot.
Great admiration for Fong-Pang Chao. He picks out some marvellous shots. And on the world rankings, if there is such a thing, I would say after this performance and last year's, he would have to be very high up them.
Yeah, there's so many good players now, I don't know who the best player is.
Well, I'm surprised to hear the American lads say that the Filipinos are the best, which I find amazing, really.
I don't really look at it as Filipinos. I look at it as Efren Reyes.
Okay.
So yeah. I think we need to reword that Reyes is the greatest player.
And he's dragged the standard of the Filipinos up, I
True.
assume. Well, it's nice to have some great players, but there's some great players in America. And obviously, you must have done a good job somewhere down the line of teaching the world how to play this game.
Well, you know, like I said about Reyes, I don't think there will ever be another guy like him. If there is, I don't want to meet him.
Well, what about the greats of the game, Willie Mosconi?
Oh, Mosconi was the ambassador of the game, period.
But he probably pushed back the barriers of the game, very similar to the legend of our game, a guy called Joe Davis. But perhaps he wouldn't have played 9-ball to this standard.
Willie Mosconi was the greatest ambassador that the game's ever had, period. Now, there may be a guy coming along after him, but I haven't seen him. So Joel Younger's got a 3-ball here. I think he can pot this ball. He's going to have to draw off of this ball somehow and do this in some manner. He's got to try to get a little bit lucky here, I think.
He may disturb the 8, yes. And
come on.
He's got... Ooh,
good shot.
I think he
That's
can just
okay.
squeeze that past the... Even though it looks on our television screen that it doesn't go past that 6.
Yes, it does. I can see from here.
Just hits it into the cushion, and it'll just fractionally go off the cushion.
You know what, Steve? He might not know this shot to cheat it off the cushion. You know, he hasn't been playing enough to know these type shots. So Reyes would just, or me, would just cheat this ball off the rail, because I can see it will cheat right off the cushion.
As long as you don't hit it too hard, it will go in.
Right, exactly. As long as you hit it soft.
I think, yeah, and I mean, he should play this shot, but I can't believe he's got to this stage of the tournament and he doesn't know that that doesn't go in.
He's shooting this ball totally wrong, I can tell you right now.
This would be a certainty past the 6.
It's a very difficult shot he's taking on right now.
He's playing a snooker shot here.
No, I knew he was trying to pot the ball.
Oh, that's criminal. It really is criminal.
He just didn't know that shot, Steve.
Surely he's been watching the top players in action to know that that would go past.
Doesn't matter. Like you said, it takes a long time. I heard you say earlier this week, it takes a long time to learn the fundamentals of this game. The safeties, the kicks, the positional plays. You've learned faster than anybody I've ever seen.
Well,
amazing.
I've been fortunate to play a lot of the top players. And oh, he's made a mistake there as well. He hasn't punished him. He's just got away with it.
He's
though.
Gotten away with it. He should have never touched that ball, really.
Who was your master, Earl, when you were growing up? Who was your mentor, teacher?
He'll just hit this with a lot of right side and try to avoid the side pocket.
Strange name for a teacher.
Now, this one's a bit technical. You got to slow. These balls are difficult for me sometimes. You just got to slow roll it, or you got to hit it hard. He's either got to slow roll it, come out here and play position, or shoot it hard and go all the way back down and back. I think he'll take on this. Yeah, he shot it hard.
The 9's in the way.
That was the problem there. That maybe would have shot that one slow.
And he's got a big problem now, because he's going to have to alter the angle that this white ball is going to come off the black 8. Otherwise, he's going to go in off.
This is a difficult shot right here. These are the shots that made me the player I am. I used to fire these in at will. But I think this ball, if he tries to roll it, it might scratch. He's going to have to draw this ball with left side. Yeah, exactly. Those are the shots that made me right there.
A lot better strike than you would ever imagine. Had to play that with lots of left-hand spin.
Yes.
Very easy to have curved the ball off course there. They have to be struck confidently, but not too hard.
That was a nice shot.
Looks like 4-0. Another big shot here, though.
These shots are not easy when they're got a great distance between them. Just like I said.
He put too much spin on that one. Did you see the white ball curve off course? He jerked it round with his cue. Just that little bit of panic. But look what he's left Joel Younger.
Those shots are difficult, Steve, when there's, 7, 8 feet between them.
Yeah. Joel Younger, all he wants is to get started, is a nice, easy chance. And look at the opportunity he's got now.
Well, I'll tell you what, this is a gut check right here.
This is a difficult one. He's just going to have a quick check how his stomach's working.
Because you need to get on the board, and this is not the most easy shot to get on the board with. These here are a test of your nerves. I really believe that.
He's just going to try and pretend this is a snooker shot, Joel. Just pretend it's just a aim for the pocket, keep your head still. That's probably the best way he's got to try and play this.
Beautiful shot.
He's pleased with that. And Joel Younger stops the rot. He's losing 3-1, but he's got the break. Let's see what he can do with it. Younger, the hero of Australia, perhaps the best 9-ball player that Australia's ever produced, coming good in this year's World Championship. With me in the studio, Earl Strickland, continuing on the telestrator and giving us his expert advice on the game.
Well, Joe's moved over to where he was breaking from. Obviously, he sees there's an effective way to make balls there. Get out of the way there. He's got a clearance to the 1. Yeah, he lost the cue ball there, didn't he? A little bit.
Looked a bit like Alex Higgins there on the shot for a split second there. A little bit of a nostril twitching there. Yes, that was very Alex-like, wasn't it?
But when you got a shot this distance and the ball's hanging in the pocket, in the jaws of the pocket, it's difficult to get the cue ball to react the way you want it. And but the 2 ball is by the corner here, where the 8 ball is, by the bottom left corner. He's going to try to. He's going to go. He's going to shoot left top and try, or left bottom, and try to draw to the side rail and come around, or he'll try to. Yeah, that's a beautiful shot.
Well, don't go.
Oh, he's unlucky. Oh no!
Tragedy there. That was very difficult to actually produce to get in there. There's the family imminent.
That's what I just touched on, Steve. When the ball's hanging in the pocket like that, you just can't control the outcome of what the ball's going to do.
No, very unfortunate. The moment you start getting that white ball whizzing around the table.
I think he should have stayed for the middle of the table somehow and cut the 2 off the 8. That would have been a more legitimate shot, maybe. But like I said, you don't ever know what the ball's going to do when it's hanging in the pocket like that.
And now, a relatively simple. I say relatively simple. Nothing's ever simple at this game. You create your own problems and create your own easy clearances. But a situation that Fong-Pang Chao would have hoped he could have got from not having the break off.
Well, he's just going to draw the cue ball back. He's going to draw it straight back, probably with a straight ball. Yeah, no spin on the ball. He's got a perfect angle now. Is that the pink ball? No, that's the 7 down the table.
Orange 5 next.
The orange 5 passes the 6, Steve. All he's going to do is stun out with some left bottom to the cushion over here. He's just going to stun it over here and spin off a little bit. Oh, he didn't draw it as far as I thought. That was more intelligent, really. To not try to hit the cushion.
Just a little bit of information there. Of course, the rules that we've told the new viewers to this game, that a ball's got to hit a cushion after every shot. Well, of course, the ball didn't hit a cushion there, but of course, but he made a ball, so that's okay.
That's a good point, Steve, but I don't think it matters. He's just going to hit this with right bottom, stun off again. It's perfect. This rack is over. I'll go out on a limb and say this rack's over.
That's not much of a limb there, though.
It's a twig, huh?
Just a little bit of a finger, I think.
But he's just going to draw this back. He looks to be straight in. If he's straight in on the 6 ball, all he'll do is just draw back about a foot or a half a foot and try to create just a little angle on the 7. But it looks like he may have a little angle. Yeah, he does. It's a little bit misleading from here.
So the only problem could be a mistake from black 8 to 9, but a guy of this experience just doesn't make those sort of mistakes.
No, he's not going to make a mistake from here. On this shot, he's going to go rail first, possibly, and come around and shoot the 9 in the same pocket, or hit the ball cleanly and go around and shoot the 9 in the same pocket.
Actually, by playing the pot first, he nearly did cannon into the 9. The rail first would have widened the angle slightly, but
these shots can't be taken for granted. You got to really concentrate on these type shots.
jacking up in the air for just a normal pot.
Yeah.
Solidly in the pocket. Fong-Pang Chao, the cold-faced killer, goes 4-1 up against Johl Younger from Australia. A race to 11 racks.
And you notice he hit that ball hard. He didn't slow roll it. And the reason why is when you're off the rail on that particular shot, you fire it in the pocket. But when you're against the rail, you slow roll it in the pocket. So there are two different dimensions on that shot, even though they can lay the same almost.
The obvious benefits of hitting the ball firmly is that there's no chance of rolling off. And there's a friend of ours there.
There's Jay with his buddy, huh?
Who's the idiot next to the guy in the red, in the yellow? Oh, sorry, that's the other way around there, isn't it? Sorry. Another one of our expert commentator, Jay.
Leading by 4 racks to 1.
Chao's going to the right side again. I mean, the left side of the table, looking his way. Obviously, he can get a ball in from here. And that ball's just sneaking in, and I hate to see that ball do that. I want him to change the table again. It just wiggled in. It's almost missing.
Pink 4 in the
just
corner.
Wiggled in, and I don't like to see that ball go in. I'd rather see him make a ball somewhere else. Now, it looks like the 6 ball's blocking the pocket, but it's not. He's shooting. It's not blocking the pocket. Maybe he has a half a pocket. The problem ball is that he's got to get on the 2 on the side rail.
And he's on it.
No problem now.
Will the people, the officials from the WPA be watching and taking note of this? Is this sort of something that they always watch for when the tournament's being played?
Well, I'm sure the people that are pool-oriented are watching this in Asia for sure. I don't think it's being televised in America.
No, I meant at here at the Cardiff International Arena to sort of say, okay, then all of a sudden we need to move the triangle further up, but it would be a case of constantly changing to make sure that the balls are not too easily to be broken.
Well, I thought they had it where it wouldn't go, but like I said, something's altered it. They were down there tinkering with the table today, and I don't know if somehow or another it's altered it, but yesterday it was missing by a mile. It was missing by miles yesterday. Well, I think to not make the corner ball brings more play in the game. It's just simple as that. If you make the 1 on the side, it's more talented to make the 1 ball on the side than it is to make the corner ball. I think you could grab a kid off the street and make the corner ball. That's my opinion.
Well, it's certainly a tough game to hit the balls hard and control that white ball anyway. And that's the first thing you've got to do in this game, is to try and make sure that when you do make that explosive break off, that you don't lose control of the white ball. And this is where the top pool players really come into their own. And year after year, tournament after tournament, the players that can control that white ball off the break are more likely to be in with a chance.
Well, this corner ball is taking Johl Younger out of this match. As simple as that. And, you know, I don't want to touch on things that helps one guy and hurts another, but I have to. I'm a player, and I know exactly what's taking him out of this match. It's that corner ball.
5-1, Fong-Pang Chao doing a job on Johl Younger from Australia. Probably the best arena we've ever had for a pool competition, the Cardiff International Arena for the Victor Chandler World Pool Championships. And this is one guy who's in with a very, very big chance of picking up that $60,000 US first prize. Getting ready for that break off again. 5-1 in front against this gentleman, Johl Younger, who's been sitting in his chair most of the time.
Well, he's going to that left side again, Steve. And obviously he sees that corner ball is going to start going, and there he goes again. But he's came up with a difficult shot this time.
Would it be a case that because the table's bedding in and the balls are, this is a brown 7, straight in the pocket?
See, it's just not missing now, and I don't like that.
And the rack was moved up slightly to try and make that brown 7 hit just before the pocket on the side rail, but it started going in. Would it be a case that perhaps when the balls start to get their own little indentations in the cloth that they start to settle in, and then they start making... This cloth was new yesterday.
Obviously something's happened since yesterday, and I can't detect it. I'm not Einstein, but something's different. That's for sure.
Some people say you are on a pool table, Earl.
Well, Einstein said there are 6 million pull shots on a pool table, so I could have never figured that out.
Did he?
Yeah, 6 million.
When was pool first played?
It originated from billiards, just like snooker did.
Of course, Einstein didn't make the final stages of this tournament, although he give it everything he got, but he was knocked out by Lou Kondo Sr.
Well, what he's going to do here, he's either going to try to play the 6 with a carom or play some type of safety or bank the 1 cross corner. I think the bank's gone.
About a double bank.
I tried to play the 6. So I got one of them right.
So, another tricky situation for Joel Younger. It would look like a safety shot was the order of the day now.
Well, he can either bank... I don't know if the bank is on for the side, or...
He could play a safety shot at the same time.
Yeah, I think he could play off the 1, bring the cue ball down table in some way like that.
Marvelous, that.
I think that's what he's doing.
Going to clip into the 8.
Oh, he didn't get him. Oh, no.
He may even get a par through to cut that 1 in. Not easy to see if he can actually hit enough of that 1, but it does look a very big possibility.
He can make this ball, Steve.
Judging by Joel Younger's face, he's left it on.
Steve, he's showing his inexperience right now. Really is.
Well, it's getting to the final stages, and I'm sure Joel started to think, well, I can win this as well, and perhaps that's when the nerves just take over a fraction. Beautifully cut
that
into
was
the pocket,
a nice
but
shot.
has he lost control of
but
the
I think
white?
He's gonna... Oh, he's okay. That was a nice shot to hold for that 2. I'll tell you, that was very difficult to hold for the 2.
Beautiful strike there on the...
See how he stunned the cue ball? It took backspin for a long time.
Dragging the ball in, slowing the path of the white ball up.
Very difficult to do
killing
that.
the speed on the white, and he needed to kill as much speed as possible, because see, look how close that white ball got to the 2. This 2 cuts into the pocket, and it looks for all the world as if he's going to cannon into the 9. He ain't got a good chance of being on the 3.
Well, he's looking to try to miss these balls, but maybe he can.
Yeah, he got more.
And he did.
It was a thicker contact needed than I thought. I thought it was just a very thin graze across the face of the 2 ball.
He looked disappointed in that, and I don't see how he could be disappointed in that shot. He's too much of a perfectionist then if he's disappointed in that shot. Because I'd just slam dunk this in and run out on you. There ain't no way I'd have been disappointed there. He's either gonna do like he did a while ago. He's just stop the ball in the middle of the table or go to the side cushion, and he's gonna apply left side on this ball. He's gonna draw over, or he's just gonna stay in the middle here.
Just trying to rub one of those lines out you put on there, Earl.
Did he? Okay.
Spotted the line and...
Because he fooled me a while ago. He didn't go to the side rail, so I'm gonna cover myself with him now. Yeah, he did it again. He just stunned to the middle. How he could have been thinking he was out of position, I don't know. He better stop that. Nah, just...
Perhaps he's doing a bit... He just might be doing a bit of posing out there, just doing a bit of that. He's in control of this game, and he's just enjoying himself more, giving it a bit of...
He's in control because of that corner ball. Simple as that.
Well, Joel's also made a few elementary mistakes.
Well, one he couldn't help. That when the ball was stuck in the pocket and he came around and scratched. There's just nothing you can... You're handcuffed on that shot.
I would imagine that the shot that Joel turned down by trying to cut the ball into the middle pocket gave Fong-Pang Chao a lot of confidence as well, knowing he's playing somebody who perhaps is not au fait with every shot on the table.
He has no problems here. I would have predicted he was going to draw straight back, and now he's got the perfect angle to come around. He's going to go around 2 cushions. He's going to go to the bottom cushion, to the side cushion, or he might go one cushion too. Yeah, he went exactly like I thought. He put left side spin on that ball. I like to emphasize on the spins because I don't know if the viewers at home understand exactly how much they spin the ball.
Well, the great thing is because of the spot we see on that white ball, we can see what those balls are spinning. And that's a marvellous idea. Whoever did invent putting the spot on the ball, it's shown some of the skills that the players and the artistry that the players put on the white ball. Very rarely is a shot played with complete plain ball. And it's 6-1 now to Fong-Pang Chao, who's having a wonderful time here at the Cardiff International Arena in what is looking like such an easy path for him through to the semi-final stages of a World Championship. He would never have expected this.
Well, I looked at the draw and I said, well, he's got the softest player today, obviously. The guy is inexperienced. He's never played outside of Australia. I mean, I would have loved to have drawn this guy, but unfortunately, I got the most difficult Filipino left, and I'll have my work cut out for me. Yeah. And he can really break.
That is going to be a match tonight. And of course, coming up after this, we've got Ismail Paez versus Peter F. Nielsen of Denmark. Tonight's match is Roald of Luat against Earl Strickland. That is really going to be a cracker. Get ready at 7 o'clock for that with popcorn and everything. Then after that, I'm involved again.
There goes that corner ball. I can't stand that. I hate it. I hate that corner ball. It makes the game too easy. It just simply makes it too easy. That's why Takahashi couldn't put any pressure on you last night. Because the corner ball wouldn't go.
Last night, Takahashi tried everywhere to try and make a corner ball, and I think he had 6 bashes at it, and he didn't get one in at all.
But I thought it was beautiful. But against Steve Knight, he just made the corner ball every time and just looked like he was walking the dog in the park or something.
And I tell you what, if Joel Younger doesn't get back into this game in the next couple of racks, we could be seeing something similar.
Yeah, this isn't looking good for Joel Younger. He's over there. He's statue-like right now. He's really, you know, when you don't shoot for a long time, Steve, you really get in a statue position over there. And then when you get up, you're all stiff, you know, and you can't really get your wits about you again.
Well, I think my experience of playing a game called English billiards has taught me to really be patient in my chair. I played a gentleman once in a game of English billiards, a guy called Barry, John Barry.
He told me about that.
He made a 400 break at billiards that lasted an hour, and I just got out of my chair after he'd missed. I was in total shock that he'd missed. I got out of my chair, I made a cannon and scored 2 points, missed my next shot, then he made a 200 break, and I sat down for another half an hour. So this game is a piece of cake sitting in your chair compared to English billiards.
That was an excellent shot Chao played there. He had to really stun that ball with middle and force it over. Those shots are not as easy as you think. Marvelous. Very difficult shot. Takes a lot of power to do that shot.
Marvelous positional shot there.
Here, Steve, he'll just cut. The two's not on for the side. Now, he's got an easy safety, but I don't think he'll elect it. I think he wants to finish this guy.
3 cushions?
No. He's going to try to either cut the ball down in the corner, shoot the ball and cut it in the corner, or play the safety and stick him. Those 2 options. And he used one of them. I forgot to illustrate he was going to come out for the 3 ball. Obviously, he was going to get position.
Obviously. We're looking at 7-1 here. No problems once again for Fong-Pang Chao.
Okay. Here he's just going to shoot the 4 ball, the pink in the corner, and stop right there, position on the 6. Well, he's indecisive. No, he's going to shoot that pink in the. If he cuts it in the side, I'll just have to swim home. Because it's just the wrong shot. It's so easy to stay right there he's going to shoot the pink in the corner and stay positioned on the 6.
He's playing in the side pocket.
Well,
oh, get your bathing cap out.
I'll tell you,
I can't believe
I
it.
disagree with that shot.
It doesn't matter whether you disagree or not. You've now got to swim home.
I didn't bring my swimming trunks.
Don't worry, we'll buy you buy you a pair.
Flippers too, please.
So you can have the lot. You can have aqua lungs, everything. Yeah. Where would you like to go from? I think perhaps Holyhead would be a nice place right up there.
He'll just stun this down the table with some spin. Beautiful shot. He has an angle on the 7 also, and that's exactly what you want right here. You want a little angle so that he can. He's just going to shoot the 7 in. He's going to stun off and come over here, or he's going to come straight down. Either one of those two. I got to cover myself, you know.
Understandable. And in this game, it is a case of
many options.
Many options, and also not playing too specifically for one option yourself when you're out there, and being able to adapt. And even if something's gone wrong, quickly thinking of another route around the table.
Well, I don't want you to think I don't know what I'm talking about either. So, so you know, if you do it one way and a guy does it another way, you're wrong.
7-1. Fong-Pang Chao in total control in this quarter-final match here at the World Pool Championship. And Joel Younger really hasn't got started today at all.
You take 2 steps forward, smile, and turn on the lights. Just like...
Perhaps not so young now. We're getting into the Indian summer of our career. How long do you consider going on in the game of pool?
Well, I'm 39 now, and I'm not looking forward to 40, that's for sure. When I turned 30, I didn't feel too bad, but now I'm starting to feel a little worse.
Once again, looking for that corner ball. Looks like he's going to be looking at the 7.
Oh, it missed. Great.
Ooh, great. Great, it missed. Well,
now look at the difference in the match now. He's looking at what happened, you know.
Now Joel's got a chance. Of course, the one ball is put in the apex, the 9's in the middle, but all the other balls, it doesn't matter where they go, does it, Joel? Is there a set place for every ball on the American tour, or they just put the?
No, there's not, Steve.
But the two a lot of the time is put at the back. Is that a conscious decision by the referees?
I taught this to Michaela a few years back when we played at Lakeside. I said, you know, you got to put the 2 ball somewhere where it's fair for both players, where it gets free.
So the 2 ball's always at the back these days.
And Michaela has influenced the committee and the World Pool and Billiard Association that the 2 ball in these events here with Barry Hearn and the World Championships here in Cardiff, that the 2 must go in the back so that it gets a clearance.
She's wrapped them around her little finger, I assume, when it comes to...
Michaela is one of the best refs I've ever played with, had ref my matches. That's for sure. Uh-oh. Get in there. There you go.
Back to the snooker.
He was a little bit stiff. See, he finally got a shot. He wasn't quite sure once he got up, see.
Just about got that in.
He hasn't shot in a long time.
Back to Michaela then, Al.
I think she does an outstanding job.
And also, we have a new referee perhaps to you on the circuit, Alan Chamberlain now, who's coming in. And our referees, they've learnt their trade very well over here.
They're better than American refs, by far.
Here we go with the 3 ball into the corner pocket. Tricky 4. Once again, this is not exactly what Joel Younger wants. He wants an easy run out. He hasn't got an easy run out.
He's going to shoot the 3 in the corner and try to come straight back down somewhere in this vicinity. And you're right, Steve, that this pink 4 is sitting very difficult, and it's very precarious position to get position on.
Not only that, then he's got to get back for the 5. So he's got to make this white ball do some travelling around the table. Bit short of pace, possibly.
Yes.
Now he's going to have to make this white ball go back up and down inside the 9, back out again, I think.
He's either going to shoot like this and go here and back and like that, which is very difficult.
But pretty.
or he's going to shoot the ball and come straight back and back like that.
Oh, not so pretty. Well, he went the not so pretty route.
And what has he done? Oh, he's unfortunate.
Oh, and Joel's just...
He's showing his inexperience. He really is right now.
He's frustrated and he's a bit sad with himself.
Those are 9-ball shots right there, Steve. They really are. They're not snooker shots, those shots right there.
No. And I tell you, just after he played that shot, Joel's chin was in a wheelbarrow.
And that shows the versatility of this game. I really believe that you got to shoot shots in a lot of different manners.
I know the billiard magazines, the pool magazines, spend a lot of time discussing in intricate detail the route a player's taken for a certain shot, and if there was a better route, analysing which is the best path around the table.
Look at this shot.
He looks like he may have just about got away with it, but he's going to poke its nose out.
Yes, it is. Yep. This looks doesn't look good. Doesn't look good for Joel still.
It's gone sadly wrong for Joel. He's come a long way in this tournament. 96 players starting out in this tournament. He wasn't expected really to get through the qualifying stages. 4 players out of the leagues of 6 got through. 2 were expected to drop out. Joel would have been one of those expected to drop out. But once he got past there, he started to play some great stuff. But sadly, it's all coming unstuck here for him against one of the toughest players on the circuit who hasn't made many mistakes this afternoon.
Good shot there. Now he's just going to cut the 6 ball in the side pocket. He's going to cut the, what do you call it, the middle bag or something? Sid calls it that.
Middle pocket, yes.
The middle pocket.
Not in the side.
He's going to cut this ball in the middle pocket and let the cue ball run free off the side rail and out here. Or he might just use one cushion there. I think he'll go off the side cushion, though. He should, because that's the easiest way to make this shot. He didn't create as much angle as he would have liked. That's why he slammed the chalk there. He really is hard on himself, this guy. This shot's not that difficult, but he needed more angle.
I think he's in the frame of mind that he's looking for pure perfection against this guy. He started frustrated with being 6 inches out of this game.
Well, he's starting to bother me with that, I'll tell you. He needs to, relinquish some of that. What he'll do here, he'll either stun the ball off the cushion or follow down to the bottom cushion and come out. He's got 2 options. Stun it off and draw past the 9. He's drawing the ball. Right spin he's putting on this. There were no problems at all with that shot. I don't know what he was upset about.
Got a lot of action on that white ball, and these pool cues certainly do hit the ball well. The shafts are a completely different make to an English shaft. They're tapered a lot thinner, a lot further down the pool shaft, and as Fong-Pang Chao pots this ball for an 8-1 lead, he's in total control of this game against Joel Younger. Things going from bad to worse, but for Fong-Pang Chao, this is a walk in the park day. He must be loving himself at the moment.
For the fans' question about the cue, I play with a Q-Tech cue. It's a very nice cue. They're very affordable, which is most importantly, I think. But it's Q-Tech.
We've had quite a lot of people writing in, asking, from your point of view, what equipment you do play with.
Rack 10.
And
Q-Tech, are they available over here?
Yes, they are. They're available in the UK, and they're very affordable, and they're very good cues, and very durable.
What about the glove?
I think that's important.
Did you cut the fingers off yourself with the glove? Or did you
no, the glove's made like that. I do it because my hands started sweating in the last couple of years. I don't know what's wrong with me. I need to get something for my hands or something.
Once again, a ball off the break. I assume it was that corner ball.
He's very fortunate this table's breaking off as easy as it is today. I would have liked to have seen this table break like it did against you and Takahashi yesterday. but I don't think he has a pocket here. I know the right bottom pocket on this break-in is blocked by the 6, and I think the blue 2 is blocking the other corner pocket.
So perhaps a little bit of tactical play that we haven't seen too much in this game.
I can't tell if this ball goes or not.
Trying to place this white ball behind the green 6, I think, there.
Yeah. He's got to play some kind of safety here, Steve.
He lined up to roll that white, the 1 ball towards the top cushion and try and put lots of topspin on to get behind the green 6, sneaking behind.
He could cut the ball in the pocket here, but, you know, but that's too difficult. I really believe he's got to elect to play some kind of defensive shot here.
Well, I'll tell you what, if he cuts this in the middle pocket, I'm swimming back to Romford. He's looking to put Joel Younger under as much pressure as possible with this safety shot to try and get as tight behind one of the balls as possible. Now, no,
he's going for the side.
No, please don't.
No, I couldn't figure that one. Oh, he's trying to stun back behind the 9. That's what he was doing. That's exactly what he was trying to do, was trying to draw back behind the 9 with the cue ball. It was a pretty good try, really, I think. You hit the 6, let it fly into the 6, and draw back behind the 9. I don't think we could have called that one, Steve.
I think we can call that Joel Younger's going to have to go for this 1, just sneaking it past the 4, and then he may have a decent chance of clearing the balls up here.
You know, he could go for the 3-ball combination plant. But I think you're right. He's going to try to sneak it past. Oh, God.
He didn't put a good stroke on that.
Well, he got a bit fortunate. He needs some fortune right now, to tell you the truth. But what I touched on a while ago, Steve, is when you sit in that chair a long time, this game becomes even more difficult when you get out of it. You're frozen. Your body temperature is not as where it should be, I'll tell you.
I think the biggest problem is that, you know, if you were playing in a club, just practicing, and somebody was doing this on you, you'd be standing around,
sure,
racking the balls up, moving around.
But you don't have that privilege here. You got to sit in your chair.
Playing the swerve shot here?
He's jumping.
Jumping, sorry. Oh, what a shot.
Oh, my God.
Oh, everything's going right for Fong-Pang Chao. If he played that, he's a true genius.
Well, I don't really believe he played the safety. That was fortunate that that happened in that way. But it was a great shot, and there's nothing you can say about the fact that it was a good shot.
I should think Joel Younger just melted there in his chair, as you saw where that 9-ball went.
Well, here he's going to have to kick to the side rail, obviously. I don't think he can get straight to the bottom rail because the 9's blocked him. He's either going to have to kick here and come here, or kick here, here, like that. He only has 2 options on this.
And of course, he's also got to make sure that a ball hits a rail afterwards.
I think he can get past the side, though. He's trying to notice. He kicked. Wow. He needed to hit that ball. This is really looking curtains now.
Another rack. Looks like it's going to slip away for you, Joel, and this has been one of the most one-sided games we've seen on our television table. Obviously not forgetting the absolute annihilation, sadly, for British fans of Steve Knight, who just didn't even get a chance in his match against Takahashi.
Who was it that made that statement? Curtains? Edward G. Robinson? Or Humphrey Bogart? One of those guys. You're curtains, he said. Well, I'll tell you what, Joel Younger's looking like curtains right now.
Well, you know what they say about Venetian blinds, don't you? If it wasn't for Venetian blinds, it would be curtains for everybody.
Steve, you're a wonderful person, I'll tell you.
No, it's just a sad quote, that's all. Just a sad quote that's come out. I wish I hadn't even said it, I've got to be honest.
Well, I just don't see any problems here other than the 7-ball. If the 7-ball passes the 9 into the left corner, it's elementary.
Which I think it does there from our overhead.
And obviously it does, because he's playing position to go around. He's going to shoot to 6 and go 1, 2.
Up his ear.
Well, I lost it. He's going to go 1, 2, 3. He's going to hit this rail and come off for that ball. Left side spin on this. Wow.
The first bad shot he's played.
That's right. That was a very, very elementary mistake there.
He stunned it a bit. He just got underneath the ball just a fraction.
Exactly,
He didn't play it with roll. He didn't roll the ball in. He just killed any of the topspin on the ball immediately and got the cannon on the 8, which has now made a small problem.
But importantly, he still has a shot. He still has a shot to make this ball.
At the moment, the only problem I can see in the whole game is whether your telestrator runs out of ink or not, Phil.
I do a lot of drawing, don't I?
It needs to be said at this game. This game is new to the British public, at least, and a lot of the shots are not obvious to the British public. We are used to position on the snooker table, but not necessarily on a pool table. That was a marvelous, marvelous shot there from
Steve.
Fong-Pang
That was
Chao.
a great shot. He put the kill on that ball.
A very knowledgeable spectator we just saw there. Mika Imanen's mama.
That shot he just made was the best shot of the match.
It certainly was. And I think, well, it's a little bit easier to make those shots when you're 8-1 in front than if you're 8-1 behind. But
I totally agree with you, Steve. It sure is.
But it's Fong-Pang Chao's skill that's got him into this position, and Joel Younger's perhaps naivety at the game. 9-1 to Fong-Pang Chao against Joel Younger. Fong-Pang Chao in total control. And let's just have another look at this excellent 7-ball.
He hit that with straight bottom and just barely grazed the ball. And like we said before, look at that ball. Just barely got to the pocket.
Did well to hold the ball as well.
He hit that ball with a lot of bottom and just let the cue ball slide and then reverse back with topspin.
9-1, Fong-Pang Chao. Bubble bath? What's he got there? Is that oil? Does Fong-Pang Chao prefer oil or talcum powder there?
Rack 11.
What do you think? Oh,
that's some kind of powder or something. It's not bubbly bath, I don't think.
A few more little bits and pieces the pool players seem to carry around with them in their bag. Tip filers and bits of paper for rubbing down the cue to make it as smooth as possible. Then, of course, the talcum powder. I think a different ball potted there.
And that's what I want to see. I want to see balls go in other pockets, not one straight in the pocket. And I think that's important in this game. That you just don't get up there and thump them and make one straight in.
Well, a fortunate way of knocking the 8 into the middle pocket.
He's got a shot here. I think he's going to take on this cut shot, Steve. He's going to try to cut this ball in. Probably he'll either kill it here or go around the table somehow.
Blimey, that was marvellous. A parabolic curve. Never been seen. He's missed it.
No, he got it.
What do I know?
And that was the problem in killing that ball. He got very fortunate there. He may not admit it, but he was very fortunate to roll around and tap into that ball and get perfect.
I thought for a second he just got a bit thick on that. It just looked for a minute as if it was going to hit that point of the pocket. But
very fortunate there.
At no time do you want the white ball to go anywhere near the ball you're potting, because you can end up just touching it.
Then a lot of players would have used 4 cushions on that shot. Believe me, they would have went all the way around the table and shot the 2 in the same corner. But obviously he's a little smarter than me today.
Well, he's out there on the table, and there's nothing like focusing your concentration than being out there living the game. And sometimes even in 3 dimensions you see the shot differently to on our monitors.
Well, he's not being tested today. It's, you know, I know he's a great player, but he's not being tested at all. Wait till he gets to somebody else. They'll give him a little bit of run for his money.
Well, Fong-Pang Chao plays the winner of the match between Johl and myself. And whoever gets through, it's going to be a tough match against a gentleman of this stature in the game of 9-ball. The tap of the chalk on the table. Once again, he's very happy with how things are going.
He's going to either go 3 cushions or 2 cushions or stay right there. He went 3 cushions.
Bringing the white ball out once again into the centre of the table. So often you see these pool players keeping that white ball in the centre of the table. It gives them so many options. And now 3 cushions around the table.
Yeah, he's going to go 1, 2, and the side rail. Or he may just follow it. Now 1, 2, 3, side rail.
10-1. And the possibility that if Fong-Pang Chao knocks this ball in, Johl Younger will be on the receiving end of the heaviest defeat in this World Championship this year.
Steve, it's easy to pot the ball when you use more cushions. I don't know if the viewers at home understand how if you try to use 1 cushion and come straight down the table, it's harder to pot the ball.
Well, you'll see a lot of players when they're playing even snooker use outside side, the side furthest away from the pocket when they're cutting a ball, and it does seem to help the ball into the pocket. And perhaps every now and again when a ball hits another ball, if there's a bit of chalk between the balls, they can go a bit thicker than you intend. You can get some bad contacts, but that outside spin that you see people put on the ball tends to sort of negate any of that, tends to send that next ball off on the right route.
I know a little bit about snooker, but when you guys get down on the black 7, you come straight off the bottom rail a lot. Red, off the rail, red, off the rail, red, off the rail.
Totally different positional play required.
It's a lot like straight pull. It really is. Snooker's, I always said snooker's a lot like straight pull.
In snooker, you want the white ball to travel the least possible distance whatsoever. There's not necessarily a route around the table off many cushions. And in between the break here, Fong-Pang Chao just talking to who? Who's he talking to? Is he getting the bet on?
Oh, geez, he didn't make a ball in a break. He's gonna commit suicide.
Perhaps he's talking to his president over in Chinese Taipei, saying, yes, I'm trying to keep my head as still as possible when the other guy's at the table, but he's not there.
Boy, poor Johl Younger. He just think, oh, I thought Johl Younger was at the table. I'm looking, what was that? That was another shot, huh? Oh, he did pot the corner ball, and now he's snookered himself. I guess he is going to commit suicide now. Not just. But this match is over. I just don't see any way Johl Younger can come back and win this match.
Interesting thought as to whether mobile phones are allowed at the table. I mean, what could it be? Could it be used to your advantage? Could you?
Well, go try to use one around Tiger Woods. You won't make it very far. I'm caddying next week on the Buy.com tour. I just want you to know that.
Oh, I'm very pleased for you. Who are you caddying for?
The only problem is I can't get in the clubhouse now.
Who are you caddying for?
I'm caddying for a friend of mine, John Rigger. He was on the PGA Tour, then he was demoted. But he's on the Buy.com tour now, and he's given me the opportunity to caddy. He stayed with me last week. They played the Buy.com tour in Greensboro last week, Greensboro, North Carolina. 2 weeks ago, actually. 3 weeks, maybe. I can't remember. But he stayed with me. He missed the cut there, and I said, well, can I get the caddy for you? And he said, sure.
Does he know what he's let himself in for?
Yeah, because I can give him some heat, you know. I can criticize him a little bit.
But you might G him up as well. You may
That's true. We're good friends, so it'll be a good day. Good week.
It looks like a good week so far.
I hope it's a good day. That's for sure.
It's been a good day for Johl, not for Johl Younger, for Fong-Pang Chao.
Well, obviously he's against the cushion here. He's got to stun this ball and bounce off the bottom rail.
Do you know what?
Oh, finally a mistake.
And do you know, it's been so long since we've seen Fong-Pang Chao even play a safety shot. He's been potting all the time. It's been a wonderful day outing for him until that small mistake.
It's been a totally offensive match for him. You're right. Except for the one jump safety he made. But looky here, he's finally missed the ball, and the Johl Younger has nothing, no shot.
This game is so cruel. When you're down at this game, you just get kicked further and further into the gutter. I think perhaps Johl should have gone on the golf course today instead. Probably enjoyed himself more.
I love golf. I love golf almost more than anything on earth. It's a great game. I'd like to see pole get in, you know, somewhere close to it, but I know it's not. But because they got all the money. They got more money than the whole world, I think. But it's a great game. I've been playing 26 years. I just won my club championship, and I really love the game.
Does it affect you, Paul? Do you play?
Yes, I think I get to playing too much golf, and I won't practice. But I also love tennis, too. I've been playing tennis for 26. I've been playing tennis 26 years and golf 26 years. And I once had the honor to play with Stan Smith, former Wimbledon champion.
Yeah.
Great guy. What a great guy he was. Good shot. That's all he could do was the swerve shot. He's left him a bit difficult shot because it's against the cushion. These shots are difficult, Steve, but you make these look easy.
Well, they're never easy, but the one thing that it helps us snooker players out on one of these tables is that the cushions are just slightly rounded and curved down, so we can see more of that white ball than we would be able to on a snooker table.
And we can't, yeah.
If you're playing snooker, here we see Fong-Pang Chao's very artistic.
He's going to cut the ball on the side, I think. Yeah, no, he shot in the corner.
Beautiful pace on that shot.
I couldn't see the angle on that, but he shot the correct shot. Well, it wouldn't go on the side, obviously.
4 balls away from an 11-1 victory now, and superbly struck into the pocket.
This shot here is no gimme either. He's going to pocket the 6, and he's going to use all of the cushions on this. He's going to use at least 4 cushions, I think.
4 cushions.
Unless he runs into the 8.
Top.
He's going to put top left side.
Past the 8 and round on the other side.
He's going to use 4 cushions. And I knew he might miss that ball because it was difficult.
Just try to force it a fraction around the table.
And this is Joel Younger's best opportunity in what?
Joel Younger's,
11 racks.
In 11 racks, yeah. Well, it seems like that. It was so long ago since Joel Younger had an opportunity to clear the balls, and he went in off and he had a chance of a ball past another one. He elected to cut it into the middle. He missed that shot. And now all of a sudden, even though this is an easy rack to clear in one respect, he's probably looking at it and thinking there's still a problem. He's the wrong side of the green 6. It shouldn't be that much of a problem to clear these 4 balls.
He's still statue-like, believe me. He's going to shoot this 6 with a lot of high side left and go off the side cushion and come down for the 7.
Good shot.
That was a good shot.
He's going to have to do well to avoid the 9 and get on the 8.
He can't avoid the 9 here, Steve. He's got to pot the 7 in the right-hand corner, or the left-hand corner looking my way.
Half a kiss on the 9.
And he's going to have to hit the set. He's going to have to run into the 9. Because I'm looking at it right here. He's going to have to run into the 9 ball. And try to clip the 9 ball and let the cue ball come back down. And he hit too much of it. And now he snookered himself.
9 nearly went into the middle. That would have been a miracle to have gone in there. And he's laughing. And, well, he knows it's been a bad day. Things haven't gone his way.
I think he can barely see the edge of the ball. If he can, he may be able to try to pot this ball. But it doesn't look like it from this perspective.
The strange thing about this game, you know, it's a bit weird. I know it's a bizarre thought. If he pots this and pots the 9, that's 2 shots. And then he made the 9 every other rack. Every rack after that. He is effectively only 11 shots away from winning the match. You know, it's just a weird game for that.
Well, that's you know, I know it's possible. I ran 11 racks for $1 million. It was the greatest thing I ever did. But this match is over. I'm really going to say I'll swim back if he wins this one.
What, you're swimming back again? Well, good swerve.
I've got to swim there and back now.
You've got to come over for next year's tournament. Fong-Pang Chao now has one good shot.
This bank shot is on. He's just gonna bank it. It's not quite dead though. He's gonna have to put a little bit of spin on it to hold the ball, I think, or slow roll it. See, that's why he got up off of it, because it's not quite dead. And it's bothered him a little bit.
Not quite a perfect angle for the double.
Exactly.
So he's going to make it a bit, just a fraction of either side, or adjust the angle.
He slow rolled it just like I thought he would, because the ball wasn't dead. If it was dead, he would have stopped right there.
And a great feeling now for Fong-Pang Chao. Not pushed one little bit in this match, and a very, very easy path into the semi-final, with the rest of the day to recover and mentally get right. Bit of practice prep this evening. Fong-Pang Chao is the winner.
There it is.
Great performance by Fong-Pang Chao. Big disappointment for Johl Younger, but he's delighted with himself. And it's the first player into the semi-finals. Fong-Pang Chao from Chinese Taipei.